So we were talking about good charities that you guys liked. What kind of charities are you into?
One that I've been following for a while is Innocence Project, and I like them a lot because let's say you are incarcerated and you feel like you're innocent. It's something that went against you. They don't just take anybody's case. They will look over your case and try to figure out if you're actually innocent, and if they take you on, they'll do the lawyers. And a lot of people have been exonerated because of that. And exoneration is one end of it, right? But then also you have to catch the person who actually did it, right? Because when somebody put someone in jail, they stop the investigation. So I like the Innocence Project a lot because of how thorough they are, and they don't just take someone at their word. They actually do their own investigation and try to get innocent people, and then try to also catch the people who did it. The other charity that I really, really like, it's called Alice's Kids. And what they'll do is, let's say you're trying to get on the basketball team in middle school, but you can't afford the shoes, you can't afford the equipment. They will help you with that. But what they also do is do it all on the back end, because if you get on the basketball team and people know that someone helped you out, they could bully you, they can make you feel bad for taking help. So everything's on the back end, and no one knows that you got this extra help. And I think that's a really nice twist of helping people, but not letting others know that you got help, getting on the basketball team or the baseball team. So those two charities I really like, and I think that we need more of those.
I like that a lot. I'd really like that second one you listed, because there's this thing that I've thought about a lot. I think a lot about, like, when I'm watching the Olympics, like, you watch some of these weird sports that people get into, like the one where you like ski and then you shoot stuff and you ski again, things like that, or like bobsledding and things like that. Like, there is some kind of monetary barrier for getting into sports like that. Like, who competes in that? It's rich people. Like, it's people that are more well off, that can afford all the crazy equipment and the crazy specific lessons and things like that. That's why you see like more poor people in, group sports, soccer. I mean, soccer, you need what? You need a ball, and you need to be able to mark some goals somehow. Like, you don't need that much equipment.
Exactly. Hockey is a big one, because hockey's hella expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say football, it would be super expensive if it wasn't for school. Like, school provides like all the equipment for like a football team, but like if people had to buy that themselves, like no one would play football.
I bet those helmets are pricey.
All the football players, they come from the hood. Ain't nobody got money to be buying all them pads and shit.
Yeah, you get hand-me-downs.
Maybe we should all get into rugby instead. Maybe that's what we should be playing in the hood. Is just we get into rugby.
No equipment. All you need is a big body money and a ball.
Or lacrosse. I've always wanted to play lacrosse.
I feel like lacrosse has a lot of specialized equipment, right? Like, there's like the stick. You wear like some pads. There's a helmet you wear. There's some.
I don't know anything about lacrosse. I think
it can get pricey for sure. You can get like a carbon fiber stick. It's kind of like a rich kid sport too.
That makes sense, because like the only neighborhood I've ever seen lacrosse played at is this like little bougie neighborhood down the way from me. I see like the kids out there on Saturday playing lacrosse.
Oh man,
I don't even know the rules for lacrosse. I have no idea how it works. Is there a goal that you're trying to?
There's a goal you want to throw the ball into.
It's like soccer with sticks, like hockey soccer.
Interesting. Isn't field hockey already a thing though? Like, what is?
It's like hockey on a grass field.
It's interesting.
What was I gonna add? Go ahead, Doyle.
No, you go ahead. I was gonna wrap things up.
I was gonna say I've heard of the Innocence Project, mainly because I listen to this podcast, Radio Lab, and More Perfect, and they're plugging the Innocence Project all the time on there. These are like these kind of like court podcasts where they're talking about like trials where like people have they're facing like big odds, or like or often like a lot of Supreme Court cases and stuff like that. And so the Innocence Project sounds cool. I've looked into the Innocence Project because of listening to those podcasts.
A lot of people who end up getting incarcerated just don't have the resources, and they end up with a lawyer that doesn't know what they're doing, can't find witnesses, don't have just money essentially to clear their name if possible. And it's crazy that It happens. It happens more often than not.
What a fucking nightmare, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like getting picked up and like, oh, you fit the description. You killed this person. I'm like, I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
I saw something on Twitter the other day. It was this young 12-year-old kid, black kid. He went to go take out the trash. Immediately, you fit the description of a suspect.
Damn.
And they held him, and his father was outside. He was fucking pissed. He was like, you fucking traumatizing my fucking teenager.
Yeah.
Like, why does my teenager have to go through this now? And that he has this fucking experience with you guys. The kid was crying. He was fucking scared. And also, it was like 8 cops. I was like, why do you need so many cops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
weird.
the kid was
Yeah.
12. He
12.
looked like he looked like 4 strands of spaghetti. It's like you need 8 cops with guns to stop this kid. It just seems
Yeah.
seems so ridiculous. And then imagine like that guy. If that kid was older, they could have took his ass to Rikers Island and just leave him there for months until like a court
Yeah.
date or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nightmare.
That stuff is insane. I mean, that to y'all's point, like there are a lot of issues there. Like even if it's not that extreme, even if it's not you're accused of murder or something. I've had buddies just get arrested, right, for DWIs or whatever offense. They don't explain anything to you. Apparently, you're just there in the holding cell, and like they don't tell you like, oh, you need to talk to a bail bondsman, you need to make calls, you need like they don't tell you all this shit you need to organize. You are just put in a cell, and if you don't get your shit handled before they move you over to general population, you're just there now until you figure it out. It's
So
kind of
fucked.
wild.
Have y'all ever heard of the Glock Dookie?
No, the Glock
It's a thing.
Dookie.
It's a prison thing.
Doyle
Basically,
would bring up shit at some point. I would shit it out, but
We were so close.
yeah.
trying to shit it out. We talked about Mudbutt before the podcast, and Doyle couldn't. 1 hour, that's the limit. He
Is
went
this
an hour.
Is this a
Right,
Glock?
but let's hear what's the Glock Dookie.
I've got three guesses on this. It's a Glock made out of Dookie. It's a Glock that shoots Dookie, or it's a Glock in your butt.
so it is a contraption that
Oh.
you make in prison in order to get at somebody, or they use it on the guards sometimes. But it's like this device that when you press it, what you put inside of it, fecal matter, semen, pee, whatever the hell you put in it, it shoots out and it hits whoever's in front of you. And they do it to other inmates. They do it to the guards. So that's called the Glock Dookie.
Are you considered like hard? Like, is this like a tough move to like shoot someone with your
I have no
bodily
idea.
fluids?
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, it's every nasty thing you could think of in that thing.
That's
Yeah,
just
the
that's
prison
awful.
hierarchy, right? You got to work your way up. You got to get to you got to beat people up, and then there's like you got to defend yourself from people trying to assault you, and then once you reach the pinnacle of like your cell block, then you've gained the ability to use the Glock. So only the toughest guys get to shoot people. With
So the
Glock.
person
Glock
at the,
Dookie.
so the person at the top
Glock
of the
Dookie.
hierarchy is there in the middle of the night jerking off into a gun, and that's because he's the
Yep.
top guy.
It's a fleshlight. He's like pounding away at this thing, trying to load it up. He does it for weeks before he gets enough fluid in there to
all the other prisoners are looking at him like, man, that's some gangster shit over there that
Yeah.
he's doing.
Fucking he's putting in that work.
A little bit
Imagine
of
you
flaming
have
hot Cheetos.
a boss. Go over there and put in that work. Fuck. Well, anyways, guys, I got my Dookie in. I'm glad.
Oh, yeah.
that
Yep, you did.
I got that Dookie in.
We hit our quota.
Yeah, we hit our quota for the day, for the episode. I want to thank Hoel and Ronnie a lot. Joel, thank you. You guys have been fantastic.
It's great having you on.
Yeah, I
Thank
really
you.
hope we get to have you on somehow in the future so that we could actually like play this all together. Maybe we get into the same room with each other, something like
Hell yeah.
that, so that we could actually play this game and we can create some content with it. I think it could be a lot of fun. I love the idea. I love the inception, just everything about it. And I think you guys are rock solid. Hopefully we can get some people to check out your charity, the Anti-Raffling charity. All the links are going to be in the description of the podcast. So just check down there. You'll see the game. You'll see everything that's associated with them. And we want to thank you for once again rocking with us, staying one up, and remember, guys, to always one up yourself. All right, take care.
All right. Peace.
Thank you.
Awesome.